Merry Christmas, everyone. But before I get into Jujutsu Kaisen episode 13, I do sincerely hope that everybody truly had a wonderful day today if you celebrate Christmas. And, yeah, guys, without skipping too many more beats, let's get into it. So, this episode picks up right where last week left off with Nagami and Yuji basically once again getting the advantage on Mahito and Mahito basically thanking not Nanami for bringing him out the King of Curses in Sukuna. Mahito at first still calls Yuji an immature brat because he still can't come to grips with the fact of having to kill people. But in this episode, Yuji finally, unfortunately, does have to do just that. And then Nanami says, I think you're the fool here, Mahito. And then as Mahito realizes that he's no match for Nagami and Yuji together, he first decides to take out the one that he can damage first, that being Nanami, and Mahito attempts to first take them both out by again still attempting to retransfigure his shape, and when it becomes clear to Mahito that he can't do that, he even tries making himself smaller and truly once again starts to thank Nanami and Yuji both for making him experience something that he truly never has before, and that is the inspiration of death. So after almost being pushed to the brink of being destroyed the first time, Mahito reluctantly decides it's time to pull out his domain, which he tries to trap Nanami into, and Nanami almost comes to terms with immediately that since he's not your average jujutsu sorcerer, since he's trapped within this domain, that this is most likely gonna be it for him. He's probably going to die today, and Nanami basically reflects on how 4 years after he left Jujutsu Tech, because once again in this episode, Nanami says that Jujutsu sorcerers are pieces of shit. Nanami basically reflects back to basically what he tried to do after he left Jujutsu Tech the first time, which is to basically work for this stock company and basically be this guy that has no real reason to live or care about anything except for the amount of money he has. In fact, that's all it seems like. None of me originally cared about, like he even calls the stock exchange company he worked for kind of evil and pointless. But it gives him the one thing he's happy with, and that's money. Like Negami even sees this curse that's on the shoulder of this bakery woman that he always goes up and takes lunch from, and then he even decides, oh, it's probably not even worth it to destroy the curse and free the way because I don't get any money out of it. All I want out of this life is money. But eventually he does decide to remove the curse from the lady, and then he says, please, if you have any other issues, just go to the hospital. And then just as Nanami thinks he's about ready to bite the dust, Yuji is able to break into Maito's domain and fires up another flaming fist after Maito basically gets once again punished by Sukuna for trying to contaminate Sukuna's soul with Maito's own cursed energy, and Sukuna's like, I've told you once already that there would be no second warning for trying to contaminate my soul again. So therefore, Sukuna's the one that actually fully like rips Maito from the inside out, and that's what allows Yuji to fire up the flaming fist attack and try to deliver the final blow to Maito, but Maito manages to almost again like Elder Togoro type way, like liquidate his form and basically slip into the sewers, and Maito's like, wow, so that's Rome. So that was the king of curses, Ryomen's Sukuna, and then Maito's like, boy, since Sukuna is not even fully restored, because he has to have all his fingers back, he should be on the same level as Jogo, but Maito is convinced after having to come to blows with the King of Curses himself that Sukuna's power and soul is on a completely different level than even his own. And Mahito's also convinced that that if Sukuna can fully be resurrected by regaining all of his fingers, and even if Mahito, Geto, Hanabi, and Jogo are wiped out again, Mahito's still convinced that if Sukuna can get fully resurrected, the Age of Curses will still come regardless. And then the last thing we see from Mahito is basically wondering how he can destroy Yuji Soul the next time they meet, and then with the and then the episode ends with basically Yuji passing out from battling, and then and then basically having to come to terms with, yes, he finally had to kill somebody in Junpei and possibly in some other people that we didn't see off screen. But Nanami, in a rare display of mercy, says that there isn't going to be a lecture from the from the person that saved my life, and then Yuji says it wasn't me that saved you, it was Sukuna, and then Nanami says, I would have been dead today if you hadn't been there. And Yuji says, now I'm not sure I know what the way is to a proper death at all. And then Nanami basically tries to say, death is the final destination for all of us. Like there's nothing else after that. And we all have different ways of dying, and but he does say to Yuji, I know, even though I wouldn't recommend it, I know he won't stop trying to guide people to a proper death. And then the episode ends with Yuji saying, Now that I've had to pull the trigger and actually kill somebody, I still don't understand what a proper death is, but and maybe I never will, but until I kill Mahito for what he did to Junpei and countless other people, I won't lose again. And then, yeah, that's the end of the episode, guys. Oh, and very quickly, there is also a moment of the guy that basically was bullying Junpei, meeting with Junpei's old teacher and saying, I'll be watching you from now on, and you should reflect on the punishment that you earned. And then Oi says that hey, I haven't been able to move my arm right since the day Junpei kicked my ass. What about me? And the kid says to Junpei's teacher, where's your punishment now? And the teacher says, my punishment has yet to come, but again, until mine comes, we're both gonna have to live with the fact that we killed Junpei's heart and made him resort to dark magic, just to finally get some payback for everything somebody did to him. And then, yeah, guys, like I said, the episode ends with Yuji basically vowing that he plans on never losing again until he kills Mahito. So again, everybody, I hope you did enjoy this episode. And with episode 14, the tournament arc truly begins, but between Jujutsu Tech and the other high school. But again, everybody, I sincerely hope you did have a Merry Christmas, and yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this episode as well. But again, one more time, Merry Christmas, everyone.